Hopefully that works now. Sorry about that. I kind of bumped into my computer and I think that's what happened. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. I think I bumped into my computer a little bit and it decided to just knock my camera off. So welcome, everybody. Happy to have you. Welcome, welcome. I am so excited because I was thinking about what could I teach you that would be helpful. Now I'm having a coughing fit. It's a beautiful morning. Go figure. All right, let's talk about hunger. And let's hope that I don't have a coughing fit. Hold on, guys. Let me get water. Some mornings are like this. Speak amongst yourself. Say hello to each other. While I tear up and have a little crying fit. Okay. Sorry, guys. That came out of nowhere. All right. I want that tickle to go away. So, say hi to each other. Enjoy each other for a minute. Sorry, guys. Woo! Gosh, nothing like a tickle when you go live, right? Hi, everybody. I'm not crying. I'm just having a tickle. Okay. All right, now I think I'm good. Hopefully that won't happen again. All right, so today we're going to talk about 3 different types of hunger. I'm really excited to talk about this, to teach you this, to give you the information, because you need to know it. You need to know it if you want to lose weight. You need to know it if you're confusing these 3 different hungers. You're not going to be confused after today. If I can get this tickle to go away. If I can't, you're going to stay confused. Just kidding. All right. Now let me look like I'm crying. Okay. Okay. Woo, sorry, everyone. One of the things you might not know about me is that since I was a little girl, I get these awful tickles. They usually happen, though, at the end of a cold. And one of the things that occurs since I've been a little girl is I get these terrible tickles and then I throw up. I won't throw up on y'all. But it's been one of my embarrassing things in my life of having these crazy tickles that I've had my whole entire life. All right, hold on. I'm getting a tissue. All right, everybody. Welcome to a very different introduction of today's training. I love y'all. Okay, now let's jump in. I'm feeling good. All right, so we're going to talk about 3 different types of hungers. I want you to know these because if you are clear in your body what hunger you're having, you're going to know why you should be eating and what else is going on. And the great thing about knowing these different types of hungers is that you'll know what's happening inside of your body and you'll be able to lose weight just based on the training I want to give you today. So I want you to have a piece of paper. I want you to take notes because it is important for you to know this information. Because we're going to go over these 3 different types of hunger and they're crucial for you. So let's write down, get out a piece of paper. And what I want you to do is write down these 3 different types of hunger. Okay. You've got mouth hunger, head hunger, and stomach hunger. Mouth hunger, head hunger, and stomach hunger. Hi, Miss Kathy. Happy to see you. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sue. Hi, Judith. Hi, everyone. Okay, so in knowing these different, so these are the 3 different types. The only reason you should be eating is for stomach hunger. That's it. But you need to know these other 2 hungers. The first is head hunger. That's when you think about food. That's when your mind is telling you, I got to eat something. I think I should be hungry. I think I might need food. I think maybe I could stand to eat right now. Right? Sorry, my nose. That's why you get into, oh, I think I might be hungry. No, you feel hunger. Hunger is meant to be felt. When you think you're hungry, you are not. It is not a thinking job. You think you have to go to the bathroom, you feel that you have to go to the bathroom, right? You feel into your body to know when you have to go to the bathroom. Your brain, yes, has to go, do I have to really go? Yes, I do. And it makes that determination of, am I going to go to the bathroom now? Or am I going to wait a little bit until I have enough time to go to the bathroom? If you're driving and you feel the sensation of having to go to the bathroom, your brain decides what your body is telling you. It makes the decision from a place of going within to understand what your body's telling you. So if you have to go to the bathroom really badly, and you're driving, you have to pull over and go to the bathroom quickly. If you know that, I just have to go a little bit, then you have time and you can prepare that. Hello, Lee. So knowing that is important. It's the exact same with physical hunger. You feel it, and the intensity of that hunger determines how soon you need to eat. But it's not your head that determines it. It's your body that determines it. It feels it, and then we get this signal, and then we take action. What some of you are going to want to do is overthink this because you're cerebral. I love y'all. I'm cerebral too. You like overthinking, you like learning, you like questioning, you like figuring it out. And if that's you, I want you pushing that signal down. This is not a thinking thing. This is a feeling piece. So feel into your hunger. Don't let your mind decide whether you're hungry or not. It is not mental. That is you overthinking or trying to figure it out in your head or trying to determine what's going on in your body. And remember, just use the sensation of pain, of going to the bathroom. You feel it. You don't have to think, am I in pain right now? No, you feel it. Same thing with your body. And sometimes same thing with hunger, I should say. And I want to make sure that you're not getting in the habit as I'm teaching you how to feel or experience hunger. I want to make sure you're getting really good at feeling it and not overthinking it. Okay? So that is thinking about food. That is mind hunger. I call it mind hunger. It's when your mind is like, am I hungry? Am I hungry? Wait, am I hungry yet? Am I hungry yet? That is not how I want you to live. That can be stressful. That is not the point of listening to your body. I get it first. There's going to be lots of questioning as you're determining where's your hunger level at? What's happening inside of your body? But you know what? It means that you're trying to figure it out. And you know what I would like for you to do? Push it down into your body. Okay? Push that awareness down. Keep pushing it down and go, wait, what is my body saying? And if you need to place your hand on your stomach so that you're feeling into your stomach, then do that. So that you can go, okay, stomach. Are you gurgling? Are you growling? Are you making noises? Are you starting to get louder? What's going on inside of you? And when you close your eyes and just feel into that place, it draws the attention instead of here. It's bringing that attention from your brain to your stomach so you can really hunker in and feel. Okay? So that is important for you to know if you're just having head hunger. Now, mouth hunger, one of the things when I was starting to listen to my body, understand my body, trying to figure out what it was doing as it relates to hunger, I kept thinking, well, yeah, I'm getting hungry. And I would get instead thirsty because I would feel it here. I was like, oh, my mouth is needing something. Well, my mouth, when I was having that mouth sensation, that was thirst. That was the need for water. That was the need to hydrate. That was the need for filling myself up with water. Okay. Some of you might do the same thing and confuse the signal of physical hunger with mouth hunger. And mouth hunger resides in the mouth. It will talk to you. It will tell you, I need something in my mouth. And yes, it does. It needs water. So when you feel the sensation in your mouth, you'll have more saliva, your body will be drawn, your mind will be drawn to this part of yourself. And it's important that you stay hydrated enough that you're not feeling this mouth hunger all the time. Because I think when you're getting in touch with physical hunger, what will happen is the more you have your mouth hunger figured out, the more you're dealing with thirst, the better you're going to be at really feeling into hunger, physical hunger. And I want you feeling into physical hunger. I want you experiencing what it's like to physically need food versus what mouth hunger is for you and what head hunger is. The more you can start seeing and experiencing these three different ways of being with food and how they show up in your body, the easier it's going to be for you to determine, oh, this is me needing food. This is me needing water. This is me just thinking about food and trying to either give my body the excuse it needs to eat, or I'm trying to convince myself that I should eat, because that mind is so tricky. It likes to be sneaky. It likes to tell you, oh, come on, let's eat. But only if your body actually needs food is the time that it really needs to have food and eat, okay? Excuse me. Sorry, my nose is just running from having that tickle. Okay? So you've got your mouth hunger, which is thirst, head hunger, which is thinking, and then you have your actual physical stomach hunger. When I interview naturally thin people, like every single one of them, minus like 2 or 3, said the only reason that they turn to food is for physical hunger. That's it. Pretty amazing. That was not my experience. I was turning to food because I was tired or bored, or it was time, or I was younger. So, my mom told me it was time to eat, or I should eat, or listening to my body did not fit into the equation. At some point it had. But what happens is when we start to have when we have a trauma, or we start listening to the clock, or eating by the clock, or other things external to ourselves, we break that internal signal. And so coming back to it is what happens. So I want you to come back to your hunger, come back to listening to your body. And in order to do that, you're going to have to feel into hunger, true physical hunger. And the naturally thin were so clear that the only time they eat, minus 2% of the time, 3% of the time, is because they're physically hungry. There's a need for food. They need food in their body. They feel it in their body, I should say. It is felt, and it is like a snooze button. It gets louder and louder and louder. You turn it off, it comes back. Turn it off, it comes back. Turn it off, it gets a little louder. And each naturally thin person had their own way of comfort level with how hungry they got. Some just felt a little bit hungry and ate. Others felt a lot hungrier and ate. And so you have to feel what feels right for you, what feels comfy in your body, and what signal feels right for you. And the more you listen to it and feel into your body, the easier it's going to be for you to know when that time is to eat. And there should be a range from just a little bit hungry to a lot of bit hungry. I never recommend don't ever get overly hungry, especially as you're trying to figure out your physical hunger. If you get overly hungry, then what oftentimes happens, just like if we get overly tired or overly anything, we go into reactive mode, existing mode, and then that could lead to overeating binge mode. So I recommend, as you're feeling into hunger, as you're practicing hunger and feeling it into your body, that you're going to want to practice little by little by little, feeling into that and not letting it go too out of hand. Don't wait too long, or you're going to find yourself maybe binging and overeating. And that's always a danger zone. I'd rather you eat a little bit sooner. Like you feel nice and hungry, great. Go start eating something. Go start having some food. If you're like, oh my God, I'm so starving, I'll eat anything. I'll eat paint off the wall. That's not where I want you to go. Because until you are really masterful at listening to your body, you don't want to wait that long. You don't want to wait till it gets that out of control for you. It's going to be much easier to control it when you're a little bit hungry, or you're nice and hungry, and get that sensation's getting stronger and stronger inside of you. And then what will happen is, as you keep listening to it, you will find that natural, beautiful place that works for you. So if you think about a baby and you think about little itty bitty babies or little 2-year-olds, little 1-year-olds, they will, if they are hungry, they cry, they kind of whimper, and then it gets louder and louder. They scream, especially infants. Why is that? It's painful. It hurts. And that is similar. It is a feeling. It hurts. It hurts in your body when you get pain. It hurts in your body when you have to go to the bathroom and you have to keep, right? Like you feel it. It may not be painful. Like the pain for an infant is different than the pain for us as adults. But you see what I'm saying? It is to be felt. It is to be listened to, and it is to be honored. The naturally thin, every single one of them, when I said, okay, why do you eat? And they would like look at me cross, like, what do you mean? Why do I eat? I eat because I'm hungry. Why else would I eat? They didn't understand that I was like, well, do you ever eat because you're sad or bored? And a lot of them say things like, here and there, once in a while, not very often, no. Or I've heard about that, or I know somebody who does that, but I don't know. I've never quite understood that. They don't see why eating and emotions are tied. They don't tie the two, which is why the work we do in the inner circle, 30-day challenge, and here at Thin Within, what we do is to separate the two, because that is critical to losing weight and keeping it off, separating our emotional world from our physical world. And what happens oftentimes is little by little they get connected because of abuse or trauma or pain or divorce or being pregnant, or these things start to happen, or just life. And then what happens is we link up our emotions with food. And then that's where it gets tricky, and that's where it gets convoluted, because now not only are we eating for physical needs, we're eating for emotional needs. And that is not what our bodies are designed for. They're designed to feel our feelings, to move through our emotions, to address those feelings, and then deal with food in a physical way. So that's why having this baseline of understanding what is hunger and what are the different types of hunger and where do you feel them throughout the day is so beneficial. So you might want to have a piece of paper, and you might want to just sort of note, is this physical hunger? Is this emotional hunger? Or is this mouth hunger that I'm experiencing? And if you can clearly say, this is physical hunger, great, then go eat. And if it's mouth hunger, go drink. And if it's a head hunger, if your mind is just drawing you to food, then let's deal with that in a different way, in an emotional way. Let's look at what the actual real need is. And so I think that that's going to, by addressing and putting on piece of paper what, in columns, head hunger, physical hunger, mouth hunger, what you're going to be able to see is what's happening for you on a day-to-day basis. What's happening? Are you eating because for the majority of the time because you're experiencing mouth hunger? You start drinking for that. You start having water. You start having fluids. Whoosh, your body starts losing weight. If you notice, wow, I'm doing so much mind hunger eating, then you go, oh, okay, let's start pushing this and move this into physical hunger, body hunger. Whoosh, all of a sudden you start to lose weight for that reason. It's why we start always at Thin Within. I always start with you creating your vision and then starting to look at what is happening inside your body. What is giving you that signal inside of you to say, let's eat? And if it's physical hunger, amazing. Awesome. You got it. If there are all these other hungers that are happening, okay, great. It's now an opportunity to go to work and look at what is actually going on. What is actually happening? Is this a mind hunger? Is this a mouth hunger? Or is this a physical hunger? What's going on? And now you have an opportunity to not bash yourself because, I'm thinking I need food. Don't bash yourself. Don't get upset with yourself because you thought you were thirsty and you thought that's what physical hunger was. Don't bash yourself. Just look at it. It's an opportunity to grow and to really start to hone in and get more and more connected to your body for what your body is actually telling you. And you could ask any naturally thin person, and when I say naturally thin versus unnaturally thin, remember the difference is naturally thin people aren't working so hard at it. They're just naturally listening to their body. Where unnaturally thin people, I call them unnaturally thin. I mean, God love them. They're amazing. They're the ones who can stick to a diet and be really restrictive and all of those things. That's just not me. That's not how I wanted. I tried it. I just suck at it. I don't know about you, but I suck at it. So this is a strategy. When I started to interview people, I could quickly kind of see, okay, that's an unnaturally thin person, or that's somebody who's working really hard at it. Okay, this is somebody who's just really naturally in their body. Okay, what are they doing? So, and then this was a major, major, major theme for so many of them. For every single one, I should say, except for, like I said, one or two. And because it was such a huge habit, you can't help but hear it over and over and over and over again. And if you ask any naturally thin person in your life, you will see what I'm talking about. They'll tell you the exact same thing. And so I then had to interpret what they said, and they gave me lots of these themes that I teach, and I had to interpret what they said and make it and understand it and learn it and start to crack the code to it of what are these naturally thin people. There are millions running around out there. What do? Well, they're not all brilliant. Some are not. They're listening to their bodies. They're feeling into their bodies, and they're not connecting emotions or thirst or mental hunger into the equation. It's simply just physical. It's actually very simple in concept and challenging and tricky in application. The concept's really, really simple. Just run around in your life and let your body wake you up to hunger. Run around in your life, let your body wake you up to going to the bathroom. It's what you do. We're going to do that same thing. Run around in your life and you feel a little bit of pain. This is how I want you to start experiencing and coming to food from a body standpoint and push that mind down. And I think it's one of the things that I think is really interesting and always a little bit tricky is that we're in this information age, right? We're doing so much cerebrally. We're learning and reading and talking. There's so much happening outside of us that we're trying to learn. But when I want you to bring the all this information to kind of go, whew, like let it go with all the diet tips and tricks and all these things, and just come into your body and let your body guide you. Let your body tell you what it needs. Feel into your body. So let me go through a few things that sometimes come up as people are feeling into hunger, and you're more than welcome to put into the comment section. If you have any questions, feel free. So some questions I get about hunger is, well, it's been like 15 hours. It's been a long time. I haven't felt hunger. You will. You will. Your body will, most of the time, for 90 some percent of people, feel it. You will feel into hunger. It will show up at some point. It might not show up right away, but it will show up and you'll start to feel. Another question I get, well, wait, am I going to feel those like big, deep grumblings of hunger? Not everybody does. For some people, they are grumblings, absolutely. And your stomach starts talking. I'll hear my husband, I'll be like, you're really hungry. But before that happens, sometimes it's not grumblings, it's just this subtle feeling, this little feeling inside of you that's like kind of bubbling, feeling in your tummy of like, but not like, it's not crazy. It's just like a little bit of those grumbles, a little bit of that feeling, a little bit of sensation that there's an emptiness in your tummy. That's when I will feel it. I feel it in my stomach, which is, if you open up your rib cage, if like you were to feel into your rib cage at the very top of your, or I should say at the very bottom of your rib cage in the center, that's where your stomach lies. It's not up here. It's not in your chest. It's down. It's pretty low. It's also not like in your belly button. It's above it. Okay. It's a little bit higher. You'll feel the grumblings. You'll feel the noise. And it might take a while to feel it. It might take longer than you expect, or longer than you think it should. And that's your body kind of going, hey, I've had some food. I got some fat to digest. I got some stuff to go. And then all of a sudden you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You think about it. Think baby. Think infant. Think little kid. Most kids up to the age of 5 or 6 have this signal intact unless there's been a trauma or something's happened where they've learned to move out of listening to their bodies. But we can order a whole lot of food, and if my kids are not hungry, they will have a few bites or not at all and be fine. They won't eat. My husband the same, won't eat. The only reason that the naturally thin eat minus 2% of the time is because they're hungry. So 98 meals out of 100, they are eating because they are hungry. That's how powerful it is to listen. That's how important it is to start getting that sensation. Lee, you're so funny. Oh, I'm starting to feel it right now. Right. I want you to really hunker in. And it can feel a little frustrating. And I know mentally some of you start to really go, well, I'm waiting and I keep thinking about it and I keep thinking about it. Ideally, I don't want you to be thinking about it. Ideally, what I would love for you to do is just go be busy. Work, do a bunch of stuff you love in your life, go take and enjoy life, and then allow your body, it will tell you it's hungry. It might tell you in the way of getting a headache. It might tell you in the way of getting a little like irritable. Like my son gets hangry. Woo, hangry. Right? It might tell you in a different way. And so you're going to have to figure out your hunger. It is not anybody else's hunger. It is your hunger. For me, I don't have a thyroid, right? So one of the things I notice is after having my thyroid removed, my hunger is more intense. When I feel it, I don't feel it as subtly as before. Like it comes on, like the time it comes on until it's more intense is faster. And it's just a more intense feeling for me because I don't have a thyroid. And even though I'm on medication, even though I supplement, I still have more intensity when it comes to hunger. You might feel it. You might feel it very differently. But I don't want you to over think about it. I want you to go live your life and let your body wake you up so that you can go, oh yeah, this is it. No question. No question. Okay. What questions do you have about hunger? What questions do you have about mouth hunger, mental hunger, or physical hunger, also known as stomach hunger? Yes, we do have to make mistakes to figure things out. Absolutely, Kate. It's if you think about it, it's like that is definitely the opportunity. So for all of you who are like, oh my God, I haven't been listening to my hunger. I feel so bad. No, it's okay. That's why you're here. You will make mistakes with hunger. That's normal. That's normal. If you've been eating for other reasons, then of course this is going to take a little bit of time. But just keep choosing it. Just keep choosing to get connected with your body. It's a really beautiful, beautiful thing when you know you can go on vacation. You can go anywhere and your body's going to wake you up to hunger. It's the best feeling. Just knowing I don't have to think about, okay, I'm going to have to go on a diet or I'm going to have to change things up. No, I just have to listen to my body. It was so funny. Last night, my sister and her friends were going to hang out at her house, and I have a deck or a covering that's pretty big, and my sister and I live across the street from one another. And one of the things that was so funny, she was like, can we just all come to your house? I'm like, sure. And I didn't have to think about I didn't have to be tempted, oh, they were going to all eat and stuff, and we were actually making dinner at the same time. I could have both. I didn't have to think about it. I was hungry. If I wasn't hungry, I would have just hung out, had a drink, had some water, talked, whatnot. I was hungry. So I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to think, oh, I can only eat diet food, or I can only have a salad, or no, I eat the foods that work well for my body and it make me feel good. Okay? So I want you to begin to play with this. Play with hunger. If you need to use an anchor by placing your hands on your stomach, an anchor is a neuro-linguistic programming term where you can place your hands on your stomach and then feel into your body and ask yourself, am I hungry? And you want to do that a few times. Am I hungry? Why doesn't everybody just try it right now with me? Put your hands on your tummy and just check in and ask yourself, am I hungry? Feel in. And determine, are you a little hungry? Is there anything going on? And if you think you're hungry, you're not. So that was my go-to. I'd say, okay, Marna, if you think you're hungry, you're not, because this is not a head thing. It's a physical thing. When I was learning how to do all of this over again, I didn't know. And I would think, oh, okay, I think I'm hungry. And I'd be like, wait. No, every naturally thin person said they feel it. And it gets louder and it gets louder and it gets bigger and it gets bigger, and they feel it and they take action on it. So I want you listening to your hunger. I want you playing with it. The best strategy, if you say, okay, well, how do I start to do it? Okay, just get out a piece of paper, 3 different columns, and you're going to have one column that's going to say head hunger, one column that's going to say mouth hunger, and one column that's going to say physical hunger. And throughout the day, start to notice. Are you thinking into hunger? Are you experiencing thirst as mouth hunger? Which is great. That's wonderful. I'd love all of you to be really well hydrated so that you can also feel physical hunger a little bit tighter, a little bit easier for you. And then notice if it's physical hunger. And then no judgment. That's the thing. You're not going to judge yourself for whatever you're experiencing. It just is. And then if you say, oh, wow, I really am experiencing a lot of head hunger, or, whoa, I just got into a fight. That's what will happen with me. We'll get into, if I get in a fight with my husband or something happens that with the kids, it stresses me out, I'll notice there'll be this knee-jerk reaction to want to go to food. That has nothing to do with hunger. That has only to do with me wanting it, having this head want for food. And that's information for me that, hey, Marna, You got some stuff to work on. You got some stuff to work through there, girl. And that's okay. I don't have to. And even if I did go eat, I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm just going to look at what do I need to do to help navigate this, to help me move through this in a powerful way, in a way that that's that I can really feel like I'm getting to the heart of what's going on in my life. If I have these knee-jerk reactions to want food, then I need to look at, okay, what am I actually really needing from my life? What actually is really going on that's giving me this desire for food? Okay, I feel stressed or I feel out of control. That's a biggie for all of you and for me. I feel out of control and I'm feeling like I need something. And the need is to get back into control or to calm my energy down or to get myself back into a mental place of like, okay, mental state of being like not so frustrated, right? So I want you to play with these. Play with your hungers. The only hunger you should be eating for is physical hunger. The only hunger you should be drinking for is mouth hunger. But I'm happy for you to just have lots and lots of fluids so that you're hydrated. The more hydrated you are, the clearer that signal is. And then start dealing with your mind hunger in a mental way, dealing with it in a way, looking at what is it that I actually need. All right? All right, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. Play with these different types of hungers. See how they feel in your body. Notice them. And then just start reminding yourself, whoa, this is a mental hunger. Whoa, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until I'm physically hungry. Okay? All right, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll talk to all of you soon. Bye, everyone.